Magandang tanghali! Welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming naantig sa binahaging post ng boyfriend ni Nadine Lustre na si Christoph Barrio dahil sa paglaban niya sa kanyang sakit na cancer. Ayon kay Chris, ay 3 taon na umano ang nakalipas nang ma-diagnose siya ng cancer. Sinabihan na daw siya ng kanyang mga doktor na meron na lamang siyang ilang linggo para mabuhay. Ito umano ang pinakamadilim na bahagi ng buhay ni Chris. Hindi man ito ang unang beses na malagay ang kanyang buhay sa ganitong sitwasyon, pero iba daw kasi ang kalaban niya dahil nasa loob ito ng kanyang katawan. Pag-amin ni Chris ay natakot umano siya sa mga posibleng mangyayari. Ayon pa dito ay akala niya hindi na siya magkakaroon ng pamilya at mga anak. Hindi na din umano niya matatapos ang kanyang naumpisahan sa Siargao. Noong mga panahon daw na yon ay ang dami niyang naging katanungan para sa kanyang sarili. Narito ang kabuang post ni Christoph sa kanyang social media account. This was something I never thought I'd share at all on social media. Maybe I never did because I preferred not to be seen as a victim or to use this illness to appeal for pity. And while I was successfully overcoming it, I saw many around me losing their lives trying to, so it didn't feel right to talk about myself. But around 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer and I was told I only had few weeks left to live. I experienced the darkest sensation of fear, which is something I thought I had already known because it wasn't the first time I was in a life-threatening situation. But this was different. The enemy was invisible and deep inside my own body. A body that I never doubted before at the age of 27. There is no shame in acknowledging I was scared, but I was also angry and frustrated at life. I thought I'll never have kids, my own family, or finish what I started in Siargao. I will never get my first barrel surfing. Why is this happening to me? Why me? I felt so full of life and suddenly finding out I had a couple weeks left to live was devastating, to say the least. At that point, I was about to choose to stay put in Siargao, living the best I could out my last days and not even bother trying to cure myself since I thought there was not much hope left. A couple days later, while trying my best to accept my fate between fear, anxiety, anger, and frustration, I learned from other doctors that there was a chance to heal, but I had to drop everything, leave immediately, and go back to France to a specialized hospital. They discovered I had a very rare type of lymphoma and even mentioned it was so rare. They had no statistics of survival, but they were still hopeful, and my 6 months treatment started. Not only was I lucky enough to benefit from the best treatments available from the leading cancer research center in Europe, but all of this was completely free of charge thanks to the rights that French fought for. It just makes me think how unfair it could be in the other countries when something as bad as this hit. After only 2 months of intense chemotherapy and immune therapy, I was in full remission. Something I learned from this, going through all-time terrible side effects of the chemo, is that despite everything, my life goals did not change at all. I wanted to get back on my feet as fast as possible and continue everything I started, but with more intention and even more motivation. When it comes to advocacies, it was a brutal reminder that life is fleeting. We do not have the luxury to wander and be mindless. I want to be mindful and conscious in every action. The best I can do is lessen the suffering and cruelty around me and promote kindness and compassion towards all forms of life, human and non human. Our lives are way too precious to be wasted. In the same breath, other lives are too sacred to be robbed from them too. I have no pretension of changing the world or saying anything revolutionary, but simply hoping some readers will realize they should not wait for life to hit them hard to realize all of this. I can make mistakes, I can make bad decisions, but one thing I never want to have again is regrets. Live and let live. I can never thank enough everyone who supported me during these tough times. My partner at that time, my family, and my friends.